welcome to the light session, joining in light circle for lesson 90, where you come together and focus on the light that we are. And for this review, we'll use lessons 79 and 80 and look with Jesus at all the denials of divinity. So we focus on the light first, and for each suggestion to look at the denials with Jesus, we're going into our heart for each one to have him reveal where the denials are and then see those in the light of truth. And when we see them, then we just make an indication so that we know that we can move to the next one. And that anything's been heard in the heart from Jesus that needs to be heard. So this is silent inner listening. So this is conducted in silence. And then if the Spirit guides, then we open the floor for discussion or expression. Just, it's not like a regular, it's just for sharing from the heart. So it's always about sharing from the learning, where the learning rests in the heart. The recognition rests in the heart. So thank you, Jesus, for guiding us. Let me recognize the problem so it can be solved. Jesus, I'm willing to see any desire not to recognize that the problem has already been solved and have this brought to my attention. Jesus, I'm willing to see any denials that might be in below my level of awareness, that I can recognize the problem is already solved. I'm willing to see any denials that the problem is solved. And I thank you for your guidance. Let me realize today that the problem is always some form of grievance that I would cherish. Jesus, if there are any grievances that I'm cherishing, please reveal those to me. I'm willing to see this differently. I humbly accept your offer to show me these today. Let me also understand that the solution is always a miracle with which I let the grievance be replaced. Jesus, I'm willing to see any denials of miracles to replace a grievance. I'm willing to see that miracles make grievances, help me see that grievances are actually impossible. Today, I would remember the simplicity of salvation by reinforcing the lesson that there is one problem and one solution. Jesus, if there are any denials to the simplicity of salvation, that my salvation is already here, I'm willing to see that. If there's any desire to not have salvation be simple, to have an experience where salvation is not simple, that it's not already here, I'm willing to see this. Today, I would remember the simplicity of salvation by reinforcing the lesson that there is one problem and one solution. The problem is a grievance. The solution is a miracle. I'm willing to see that there's only one solution, the miracle. And I invite the solution to come to me through my forgiveness of the grievance and my welcome of the miracle that takes its place. Specific applications of this idea might be in these forms. This presents a problem to me which I would have resolved through a miracle. The miracle behind this grievance will resolve it for me. The answer to this problem is the miracle that it conceals. I no longer desire to deny myself miracles. Lesson 80. Let me recognize my problems have been solved. Jesus, if there's any desire to have an experience where I desire not to recognize the problem is solved, I'm willing to see that now. I seem to have problems only because I am misusing time. Jesus, is there a desire to use time to prove that problems are true? I'm willing to use time well by always choosing a miracle. For if I choose a problem, I'm misusing time. I believe that the problem comes first, and time must elapse before it can be worked out. Jesus, I desire an experience of a problem and an experience that it requires time for a solution to be worked out. I'm willing to see that differently. I'm willing to see that a miracle requires no time. And that a problem is the desire for time, the experience of time. I'm willing to see this. I do not see the problem and the answer as simultaneous in their occurrence. Jesus, I'm willing to have an experience, a direct experience of the simultaneity of the problem and the answer. That the only answer is given by the Father. This is because I do not yet realize that God has placed the answer together with the problem, so that they cannot be separated by time. Jesus, I'm willing to see that I've desired an experience where the problem is separate from the solution by time. And thus deny that God has already provided the answer. The Holy Spirit will teach me this if I will let Him. And I will understand it is impossible that I could have a problem which has not been solved already. Does the infinite light that's here, that we recognize through our power as divine beings, know anything about a problem in our direct experience? Does divine light know anything about a problem needing to be solved within time in our direct experience? Thus, if a problem is experienced by that which does not know what a problem is, then there's a desire for the experience. of a problem. These forms of the idea will be useful for specific applications. I need not wait for this to be resolved. The divine light within does not know about time or problems that I am, as given by the Father, does not know this in my direct experience. The answer to this problem is already given to me if I will accept it. Time cannot separate this problem from its solution. I no longer have the desire to experience problems on a timeline and deny all that the Father has given me. We'll end this session with a few moments of silence and just really that deep listening to any assignments Jesus has for us throughout the day. And hear the voice of love singing in our ear. The love of the Father, unending. The love of the Father that sings through every sound and every thought. Everything that's seen unless it's denied. Namaste. Thank you, Jesus.